The prison service says the investigation into the escape of the convicted criminal Derek Brockwell will include the withdrawal of the armed Garda escort. Gardaí are continuing to search for the 53-year-old who escaped yesterday afternoon during a visit to Tallaght Hospital for treatment. 2 prison officers were seriously injured during the attack.
A day after he escaped from custody while at Tallaght Hospital for treatment for diabetes, Derek Brockwell remains on the run. All air and sea ports have been alerted to prevent him from leaving the country. His photographs have been circulated. The PSNI and all UK police forces have been contacted through Interpol, and Garda are identifying and contacting everyone he may have known here, including visitors and former inmates. Further detail emerged today in relation to Brockwell's escape from the hospital. He was allowed to go to the toilet. One of the cubicles was occupied, and when the 53-year-old came out of the other, he was armed with a knife, and 2 prison officers were attacked and stabbed. Both underwent surgery in intensive care and are recovering today in Tallaght Hospital.
The Prison Officers Association are requesting to find out who dropped the security level on this particular escort and why, and whether there was intelligence gathered prior to the departure of that escort that would have allowed us to understand if there was going to be an escape attempt. And finally, we want the appropriate measures put in place to secure our people while they're on escorts. An example of this would be stab-proof vests, retractable batons and anything that can immobilise any assailants.
Derek Brockwell was categorised as a dangerous inmate. He has a record of violent crime and is known to have used guns and knives during a series of armed robberies. He was locked up in a maximum security prison. As well as the Garda investigation, the prison service is also carrying out an inquiry into the circumstances surrounding Brockwell's escape. The Minister for Justice has asked for a report on the matter. Frances Fitzgerald said today her thoughts are with the injured prison officers, but the priority now is that Derek Brockwell be returned to prison as quickly as possible.
And Paul is with us here in studio. Paul, is there any update on the situation and the search for Derek Brockwell?
Well, the search is continuing. The Garda are checking known associates. They're checking the visitors log in the prisons to see who went to see him in prison and to see how he managed to plan this escape. The 2 prison officers remain in Tallaght Hospital. One remains in intensive care. What seems clear this lunchtime is that they obviously made some attempt to prevent his escape. They may have resisted. They appear to have resisted, and that's why they were so seriously injured, because they were attacked and stabbed as Brockwell escaped. In relation to the key questions, as far as this escape is concerned, the investigation will have to look at the handcuffs. How did Brockwell manage to get out of his handcuffs? Did he force the prison officers to release him at knife point? And also another key question is in relation to how he got a weapon. I mean, he had a knife, so how did he get that knife? Did he take a weapon with him from Portlaoise prison, from the maximum security prison, and smuggle it into Tallaght Hospital with him? Or was it planted there in one of the toilet cubicles, and was he able to retrieve it before the escape?
And are there any answers to the question of why there were no armed Gardaí with the 2 prison officers?
No, and this is becoming a major issue now. Obviously, the prison officers are very concerned about the reduction in security for this man, clearly a violent, dangerous individual. And the prison service has today acknowledged that concern. It's issued another statement this lunchtime. It says that will form a key part of this investigation as to why the armed guard was withdrawn in January of last year. The director of the prison service, Michael Donlan, has also visited the 2 prison officers in Tallaght Hospital today. He has spoken with them, and he says there will be a full investigation into this, and if more security measures are needed, they will be implemented.
Paul Reynolds, thank you.